Hello everyone, and welcome to the final installment of the Impractical playthrough for Ocarina of Time Randomizer. We have seen and done everything. Looking on the map, and looking on this map, pretty much everything has been completed, and we only have a few things left, and Ganon's castle is the last thing. So it's been a long time coming, but we're finally at the end. Now I can finally actually head to Ganon's tower. I've been waiting the entire game. We touched that at one point. I was like, oh, maybe I just need Shadow and Spirit like the game, but I didn't set it like that. I set it to all medallions. See, now had I done that, I could have actually come here already, but oh well. All my work is paid off. Ho ho ho. Ho 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 ho. All right. Link working out the triceps. It's like, well, if Link can pick that up, why doesn't he just pick a Ganon up at the end? Alright, final fairy reward of the game, so let's see what it is. Waste my goddamn time. Alright, well there's Castle Town completed now. Now it comes down to Ganon's castle. Now I could have been here way earlier had I just wrong warped, but where's the fun in that right now? This randomizer. This took me a long time. Actually, I could probably give you an accurate number of how long the actual series was in terms of like my playtime of just this. I think at the very end of this video I'll do that. So yeah, I gotta do all of these. I should have set this at least to like 0. Where it's like I don't have to do any of these. I just go fight Ganon. So it's like, nope, you're not done with me yet. You still got more to do. But I'm curious because I know this gets speed run a lot. And usually people can beat these seeds in like 7 hours. People can beat them really fast, and it's like, I'm curious what my end time was. I already know it's something ridiculous. Because in my editor, I can see the full timeline. I just know it's something bad. Like it might be like 16 hours, maybe. Like if early thoughts on it, it might be 16 hours of. And that's not including that's not including like the seconds at the end of the video, so I put them all together. It'd be interesting to see if I actually like put every single part on as a timer and just let it go, cutting out all the intros and just when I start playing and see how long it actually is and time it. Like, how long did it take you to beat this seed? Oh, 19 hours. Go easy is my first time. Yep. Oh, the... It's like on principle I have to get him. Set magic. And hearts. Alright, that's one. 5 more to go. Oh, come on, game. Well, not the game. It's that monitor again. Hey, I got Nehru's love finally. And it was in the perfect spot too. It was like in like the cold area. Hey, look what else was in here. Sorry, overreacted at this. It's like, look how perfect this is. It's just, this is so. Like the game is giving me a sign. All right, we saw what the red one was. It was white. What is the blue? A lighter shade of blue too. All right. I'll keep this for a bit, but I'm not beating the game with this. I have to beat the game with the original colors. We gotta finish it as we started. With the hot pink tunic. That sound it makes when it dies. 1 second, where's it at? Am I gonna need more? Just in case. I always forget. Oh, I forgot about this. I hate this part. I really despise this part. Alright, I'll have to restart. Okay. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of this puzzle. I can't do good Dr. Phil. I think you need to realize that the randomizer isn't what's worth it in the end. It's the friends you made along the way. This is Daniel. His best friend Ryan plays Ocarina of Time with Switch Z targeting. While Daniel plays with Hold. This rivalry has brought their friendship of 20 years in the gutters. That's the episode Dr. Phil I want to see. Just some complete garbage. Listen, I know a thing or two about the Zelda. No. Alright, wait. And this is where you would get the gauntlets at. If I remember correctly, this is where you get them. Oh. Oh. Yay. Man, who thought it'd be a good idea to put these pots so close to the edge? You gotta be on it if you want to try and get it. Oh yeah. I'm gonna need this. Nice. Here's the chest where the gauntlets would be. Still rupees. Oh, that was that was a little scary. At least this room's kind enough to give you some decent magic. Oh, it's getting worse. Wouldn't that be the best insult to end this on? I finally get the tunics to withstand the heat, and I don't use them. That would be the... You know, I'm not... Unless, like, I'm truly, like, about to die, I'm not going to use the tunics. I'm gonna be that guy, just to be... Like, oh yeah, I have them. I'm not using them. See, as I'm saying, if Link can pick that up, he can pick up Ganon. Just throw him off the cliff. Don't even stab him with the Master Sword. Just throw him off. What's he gonna do? Come back? Oh, wait. And they're really serious. This isn't like Fire Temple lava where it's like, hey, you can step on this. This is that Ganon's Tower lava where it's like, oh, it's lethal. This isn't sugar water. This is water. But I'm about to do that thing again. I have to watch that cutscene of him lifting that huge thing up. Good thing I'm not racing anybody on this game. That'd be a shame to be in a race with someone in this game and you're like neck and neck and you get to this room and you like screw up somehow. And you lose the race all because of this fire water. Because Ganon had the budget to actually afford the lava. Gorons were cheap. It's like you just put food coloring in the water. They won't notice. Well, yeah, and turn the bubbles on, make it hot. Put the water heater on. Ganon's like, shit, I got money. Give me the real lava. I want the real deal. Now, logistically thinking too, it's kind of like, why does Ganon's tower have all these quests and like these like little side rooms in here with all these puzzles and everything else? It's like, is he solving this? It's like, I know Link is coming here, so let me put a bunch of dastardly tricks in his way. It's like, why not just have a tower that is a tower. That's when you know you're evil, when it's like, you know, I'm gonna build a tower that's gonna house all of my minions and everything, and I'm gonna make it like just ridiculous and like worthless all at the same time. Let me just put this firewall in here. Let me put some of this stuff in here. We got some of this real lava. Yeah, I'm gonna put some icicles in this room that are just gonna fall down. It's like an episode of Hoarders. We went inside Ganon's tower, and the results may surprise you. This is 7-year-old lava. This place hasn't been cleaned in 7 years. What happened here? What didn't happen here? Well, I don't worry about that now. I can just leave. Light her up, Johnny. Oh yeah, and after that now, the fire tunic will never really be used again. So I love how I never used it once during this game. It was not pertinent or useful. And the one time it could have been useful, I just didn't use it. Oh, time to lift it up again. Oh, one thing I kind of like in Zelda games. They do it a lot, definitely, in like these ones, but they would it's this thing of like they give you items that are they get, like, you get an item like in a last dungeon or one beforehand, but it's always an item that's like usually like cosmetic or something that's not too crazy. Like they don't give you like a really cool item and then the game's almost over and it's like you have any time to use it. Hey, I got the ice arrow, finally. Okay, so it wasn't in that room with that chest. I'm actually really looking forward after this to figuring out what was in that chest. Oh, finally. Now we're hitting the big leagues. This chest has everything. Those keys. I'm surprised I didn't like run into him the entire time in the room. Like that's kind of crazy to think. I went around the entire room multiple times and I didn't hit him once. Ah, I always got an end. Ended like that. Look at that. Doesn't it look great? I'm only missing one item. Where is that big Goron sword? There's only like 2 areas I can think of right now. Either it's still in here because I still have a few more chests left. Oh, wow, this is really gonna work. Yes, Rumble PS4 controller. Rumble. It'd be funny if it was that Goron, the hot rodder one, where it's like you have to blow up that Goron. Because if so, I could have got that one a long time ago. I'm hoping it's in here because I'd love to fight Ganon with the big Goron sword because it makes that battle much faster. But we'll see. We'll see if the game has my back. Oh, forgot. I forgot. Okay, just 2 more chests and we'll be done with. After that, it's one more trial and we're finished. There's a really cool trick here too. You can actually like skip all the trials right in this room. Like you have to like push the statue to the wall. And you do this glitch and you can just like get all the way through. It's pretty cool, but I don't know how to pull it off. So we're not seeing the cool strategy. This is a cool strategy too. Just when you're so confident in like the health you have, you can just start taking damage out of nowhere. And the game's kind of having trouble with this room. Oh no, I still have the hover boots on. I should just take these off. Making my job much harder than it needs to be. Oh yeah, this is like the one room in the game where you would actually use bomb shoes. The bomb shoes finally come in handy. Three. And there we go. There's bomb shoes. No, you don't. Scariest enemies in the Zelda series. Just scary enemies in general. I hate fighting these guys. They put me on edge. Oh, that's why. Wait, am I missing a chest? Because it says there's 2 for spirit. I only got 1. Yep, there was one I was missing. Hey, good thing I went back too. It's pretty good. Well, it's no big Goron sword, but it'll do. All right. And with that, that is pretty much everything. All right. We're through now. But before we go, we're in the wrong attire. We are in the wrong attire. We gotta end it like we started it. I've been rocking the pink link in every thumbnail for the series. And throughout this whole part, like, I finally got the tunics in these last two parts, which is crazy to think. Of how long this series is, and I finally just got the tunics. But it wouldn't feel right. This was the chest. That was in the last room. Yeah, this part was hard too. On that pretty hard. I remember this section took a bit. Come on. All right, this is it. Yeah. Oh. All right, well, that means we're going in again with the Master Sword. Nothing wrong with that, but I just find it funny that I didn't get the big Goron sword the entire game, and I bet you, I bet you it's that Hot Rodder one. It's that one I skipped the entire game. I wonder if it was from that. I don't know. We'll find out. Because afterwards, I'm gonna look up the spoiler log for the first time and see what stuff was what. So we'll find out together. Dang. Forgot how hard it's going. It's not enough though. That's not gonna matter anyway, because I'm gonna get my health back. God, this theme playing. It's also good. You can write a whole like 5-page paper on this whole section of the game, like just building the suspense of just like as you get further in, like the music gets louder, and it's building up the anticipation of the fight, and it leads to that big reveal with Ganon at the organ. Like it's perfect. Like just that as you get closer, it gets louder. Like it's small detail, but it's really cool. Remember this part just felt really epic as a kid. It's like you're scaling up this huge staircase, fighting like these last wave of monsters, and you finally get to that huge huge door. You walk in, and then you know it's about to go down. Oh, it just sucks that they skipped the cutscene, but like the whole cutscene was cool. Purple gem. Oh. Remember, there's a line they took out of this because they changed some of the lines for the randomizer, but there's a line he mentions where he's like, these toys are too much for you, I'll take them away. I remember as a kid, I always thought it's like, he took away your items. And I was always like, wait, he didn't take your items away? Now, this part in particular, so, okay, it feels fitting that I'm ending off this series with the final installment of first time playing this game experience. So, I actually knew how to beat Ganon before I beat the game myself, because I remember, like I mentioned earlier on in this series, my aunt got the game around the same time, and she was much further along. She beat the game before me, but I remember watching her when she got to this part of the game, and we were stuck for like a good hour. We just couldn't figure out how to beat Ganon. I don't know what it was. We just couldn't figure it out. And it is the one time in my life, and I'm happy that I can say this, I called the Nintendo hotline. We all called and asked for like help on the fight. And I still love this, like, this is the game I used it for, but it's fitting. Like, it's a game that was special to me. And it's still a pretty cool like idea. Like, oh, you call this hotline number and they'll give you the tips and tricks you need. Nowadays, of course, that whole method of like stuff would never work. Internet, like now if you're stuck, it's just like, oh, just go on YouTube or Google it, and there's like 1,000 videos or articles about it. But back then, it was just something cool about call the hotline. They know how to do it, and they did. Because the second we called, it was like, oh, Ganon, you shoot the light arrows back. And I was like, okay. And then you use the light arrows. Because we got to the point, keep missing all these aims. But once we got here, we were like, what do we do? I don't know. We just didn't have the light arrows equipped or something, but we got stuck there. We're going to get something cool in a second if the cutscenes get up. Get to see one of the cool 1.0 version stuff. Yeah, I still remember that day clear as day too. I remember like everything about it. Like it's still a really vivid memory. I remember being really special when I saw the end of this game. It was like, man, what a game. Like coming from like Link to the Past to like how like Ganon transforms, it was all just really, really cool. It's like, I thought the Ganon was huge in Link to the Past, and you see this game, it's like, oh, they're putting on another whole level. Alright, this is it. Now, if it had been a regular 1.0, you would have seen the red blood, which got taken out of every other version of the game. It's only in version 1.0, along with the Islamic chants in the Fire Temple and a bunch of other glitches. Like the biggest glitch that got taken out. If I get to this next Ganon fight and I save the game while the sword's gone, and I reload the game, my sword's just missing, which got patched out. Alright, Zelda, you go down. I've got a glitch to pull off. No, there's no way I'm doing that on emulator. It's too slow, and like that trick looks really hard. If you're not familiar with it, the trick is that you can get a lot of momentum off of the boulder, and it slides you back enough to like fall off this side of the cliff, and it like takes you all the way down to like the bottom. So you skip all of the escape part, which is very time consuming. Like I said, unfortunately, I can't do that. So We're gonna do the old-fashioned way. So if you watch a lot of Ocarina of Time speedruns and things such as that, then it's kind of be like, damn, I have to watch this again. I haven't seen this in years. Hey, maybe it's good. Remember once I finally beat the game, I would like replay the ending of this game over and over and over again. Kind of like how the intro where I said that I like when I first got the game, I just kept starting the game over to watch the intro cutscene and then everything. It was kind of like that for the end of the game. Once I got to it, I just kept playing it over and over. Like if I was to say like of when this game came out, like what my favorite game at that time was, it might have been probably Super Mario Brothers 3, Mario World, but this game was like up there. Like I was obsessed with this game, but I was also like an extremely big Zelda fan. But like I was obsessed with Zelda at this time. I still am. I still love this series. Back then, this is probably my favorite game of all time back then. Because in terms of how much I played it and how much like it was like seeping into other stuff, it was big for me. Like Zelda was probably the big game that pushed me back then to actually learn how to read. Like I was like, I want to figure out what this game's talking about. It's like it's fun playing it, but it's like, where do I go? What do I do? What's this guy saying? So like legit for like when Links to the Past and I was playing that back then, I learned how to read through that game. And by the time I was Ocarina of Time, I was like, oh, I could read this. Although I got lost trying to get the Kakiri sword, so it took me a while to find it. I just wasn't looking. But it's that thing again. I wasn't used to like playing a game in 3D really, so everything threw me off for a loop. It's like, oh, going under the hole, huh? And it's kind of crazy looking back. Now stuff is like coming back to me again. But I have more to say, but I'm gonna save it for after this because there's a lot to say also during this fight too. And of course you're not going to be able to see it because I'm not Child Link, but if I was Child Link during this part and I hit any of those boulders, the game would have crashed. But thankfully that's not going to happen. Oh, let me. I wish I had that sword. Out of the rubble. Actually use some of the sound effects from this in a project I'm doing for school at the moment. I downloaded like the Ocarina of Time sound effects, which has every single one in the game. Some pretty good ones actually in there. They have like the unedited versions of Ganon Scream. It's pretty interesting to hear. See, it's crazy how like time and like different things. Like I don't know what it was. When I was a kid, Ganon in this fight seemed like he was like 30 feet tall. But looking at the back of it now, he's like doesn't look that tall. Like it looked way more intimidating. It's still a really cool design, but I don't know why like Ganon seemed taller back then. Like remember, like Stuff really does play some tricks on you when you're younger. Alright, that's it for magic. Alright, I think one more should do it. Yep. Alright, we'll switch to the sword now. It's crazy to say, this game is almost over. Yeah, if I had saved right there, then I'd lose the sword and like I'd be screwed. Wow, bombs? I feel like I got like 3 more slashes in. Oh, one more. This is it. Figures has to do it there. Whoa. All right. And time. Oh, wait. I didn't start my split yet. Oh. Oh, fuck. I wasn't timing the speed run. Ooh. I'm sure, am I still in the race? Ooh, hopefully you're going to start without me. Alright, I'm done with my randomizer run. What was the time? 19 hours? 28 minutes? Alright. Yo! Curse you, game. There goes my new Twitter. It's gonna be curse you, GWC. Yeah, I wasn't joking. I made that Goron one my Twitter header, but that Ganon one might have to be it. I might have to make that face too. That might be my new Twitter image. Ganon's face right there. Who wore it better? I already know the answer to that. But now you're going to have to go back. And now starts those 2 timelines. Man, I should have brought up. I have an Ocarina of Time. It's in a chest, like a brown chest in the top of my shelf. It's just been collecting dust for years. I don't know if I got a botched one or I just can't play it, but I have one. Should bring it out at some point. I should have brought it out here. This is like the opportune time. Ocarina of Time, and I have the Ocarina of Time. I didn't bring it up once or like even play it. Like, what am I doing? Thank you, GWC. Goodbye. And now for the, oh man, I absolutely love the creative music of this game, and it's a shame I'm gonna be talking over it because it's a fantastic piece of music. Yeah, that is the end of the Impractical playthrough. Ocarina of Time Randomizer. This is a fun seed. It was a good kind of it is a pretty good seed. It had its moments where it was really good, and then had its moments where it's bad. I think those are the best ones. The seed it started off where I got everything great in the beginning, and got like the hook shot and the long shot and the bow and everything all in like the first part. Then it's like, why watch? Like, it's just pretty much beating the game. But having it like kind of where I had it, where it was like a little mix of like good stuff, bad, and having to do some dungeons in some wacky ways, like it makes it pretty fun. And I obviously could have gone much harder on the seed itself. I could have put more variables into it, like doing all the sculptulas and doing some other things. But I just figured for the need of speeding things up, taking it out. And obviously, if I want a harder randomizer, I could obviously go to the Majora's Mask one. That one is much harder. And there's ways to make this one harder. If I did a full key sanity, oh, we'd still be on it easily. But yeah, this was a fun seed overall. Like I really enjoyed this one. But this is the game that I really wanted to play on this channel and across my other channel I had a long time ago for years. This was really I mentioned it, like Links to the Past is a very special game for me. It's a game I really treasure, and it's probably my favorite game of all time. But this game's right up there too. I really love Ocarina of Time. It came out at a really good time in my life, and it was really a pivotal moment for me. Because it was that first game that really led me into 3D gaming and showed me kind of what stuff can be pushed in games. And I know that some people are not coming back to it. It's like, oh, this game's awful or all this, but it's like I really don't see it that way. Like it's a pretty tremendous game. Like I said, it influenced me in some other ways. I remember back then, I loved this game so much that like my dad he made a makeshift box, and I had this sword, and I put it in there, and it's like a makeshift master sword. Like I was pulling it out. Like I loved this game. So I was like, it has been on my want list for a long time to play this in some form, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and yet even then there's still a lot of stuff I didn't mention. Like I tried to keep everything, at least that I remember from that first ever playthrough. And I'd like to say I got through most of it, but there's still a lot of stuff, and sadly there's some stuff I don't remember from that because that was a long time ago. I remember some of that stuff, like still to this day, is pretty crazy. But yeah, Ocarina of Time still a great game. I still love it. Now I may slide Majora's Mask over a little bit, but hey, they're both tremendous games. Like they're both really well-made games, and for how good like Majora's Mask is for like the low development like cycle, like is crazy. Like I don't know, it's pretty hard for me to say a lot of bad things about this game. Like it's pretty tough. I got this part. It's just kind of desynced, like with the timing on it. The Super Mario Club, that was me. That's me, baby. Hopefully the music plays all the way through. Koji Kondo just he killed it on this game. And Hiroshi Yamauchi. It's like just classic song after classic song. Oh, we don't even get to hear the last crescendo. It's like, dang it, game running faster than usual. We start with pink, we end with pink. There goes Navi. And thus begins the start of Majora's Mask. Since that is actually what that game. That's why Link is out. Is out in those woods. That he's looking for Navi. They do say it in the game, but I know some people were like, "What's he out there in the woods for?" It's like, read. Presented by Nintendo. Still a classic. Still a classic game. And it's like such a classic. They would go on to pretty much do this type of game style like over and over, kind of. Like Link to the Past kind of set the standard for that because it was like 3 dungeons. You get the Master Sword, and then you have more dungeons. Then this game has the same style, and then Wind Waker has it, and Twilight Princess has it. Oh, dang emulator crashes. It's not crash, but glitches. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. The end. You can play Lost Woods. No, I guess I'm not gonna play. You got to wait a while before they play that. All right. Well, that's as good as end as any. So thank you very much if you stuck around this entire series. It was a very fun one, and I'm happy I could finally finish Ocarina of Time. Like this is kind of a double ending for me because it's the end of, obviously, of this randomizer one, but it's also the end of the Ocarina of Time 3-heart challenge that unfortunately last year couldn't come to its end. So I'm happy like that in both forms it's finally been redeemed some way. Even though it's not the same challenge, but in some form it's been beaten. So in that way I'm happy. So if you've stuck around through this thing, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed. I loved playing this game. Loved talking about it. I know I got off on tangents, but I did love talking about this game. There's a lot to talk about. It's a big game. It's got a lot of big things to it. And the thing that's crazy is there's still a lot of stuff I didn't mention. But who knows? At some point, maybe we'll try another randomizer. But it's not going to be for a while. A long, long while. So thank you. Thank you very much. As always, I'm John, and this was the Impractical playthrough. See you next time. Well, I almost forgot this, but don't worry, I didn't forget in the end. So we're finally gonna look at the spoiler log. Okay, so we can look at this now. Gerudo Fortress, normal, bridge, medallions, all reachable, bomb juice and logic. I didn't have the one per item, which if I had that, it would have been pretty much like the same game. All the trials. Okay, so here we go. So the area I need to look is the training ground. Actually, I need to look up Goron City. I need to see what the Hot Rodder one was. I'm curious what that chest was. Let's see. Okay, so it would have been Piece of Heart for the Gold Skulltula. That would have been pretty much how I get 100% for the hearts. Oh, it would have been the bomb bag. Wow. Wow. It would have been a bomb bag. Sorry if you couldn't see it, but like just look at this. It it would have been a bomb bag, like right then and there. I would have had it. It's like if only I did it. Like who knew it was gonna be like worth it? I think I tried and I was like, nah, it's probably nothing. And look, I could have had the bomb bag way early on. It wouldn't have taken half the run to find it. All right, so already I feel bad because I missed that the entire time. Okay. The Mask of Truth. Okay, piece of heart. I figured that as much. Okay, where is the one? We gotta skip ahead a bit. Okay, so I knew it. I knew it. Gerudo Training Grounds maze, final chest, small key. So there was no way to get that chest. The key to get to that chest is inside the chest. Okay, I don't feel bad anymore. I knew it had to be that. I was like, wait, I think I got every chest in here. Like, what am I missing? But no, the final chest was that, and it is stated in the randomizer that can happen. But sometimes it's like, is it? Sometimes I do forget. All right, cool. That's it. That's everything now. I'm still mad about that. That god dang bomb bag. I would have had it 20 parts earlier. But if only I just stuck with it and did it. Okay, now where is? Hey, what? Hold on a second. I did the Frog Ocarina game. Did I do something wrong? I think I did something horribly wrong. If so, oh my god, oh, I feel really bad. I could have had the big Goron sword so early. Remember when I did that? That was like part 5. I could have had the big Goron sword the entire game. All because I made a mistake on a. Oof. Oh, just when I thought I ended it on a high note, I ended it on the lowest note possible. Like, oh.